hello, 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 hello. Let's start with the tear dance. I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun. I can't believe that I'm getting views and subscribers. People are so nice, like especially like there's just other YouTubers. They're so nice. They try to go out of their way to be helpful and reach out, and even some of them they're like really like larger, where like they have, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and so that's pretty cool. And thank you very much, you new subscribers who've gone to the trouble to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. So today I want to tell you about one of my garden friends. Do you know who this is? Some of you will gasp in horror. Let me do a loving shot. You know what it is? Yes, it is. It is. It's what you think it is. But it is probably also something what you don't realize it is. It is called a solidago. It is also, some of them are known as goldenrod. But solidago is, I believe it's the genus that all of these, because there's like a lot of different kinds of these. Solidago, goldenrod. But they are like, they're not really an allergen like people think they are. They're edible. They're really helpful. Actually, my husband and I have eaten them before. We cooked them like how do we do it? Like spinach, or well, more like rapini. You know what? It's a lot like rapini. It really is. If you've ever had rapini, but it, you know, you can put garlic in it. I think we cooked them with garlic butter. The stems and the flowers are edible, and they're really nice. But I always want to caution you to make sure that whatever it is that you might eat is the right thing, because some things can be poisonous, and you just want to be absolutely sure that you know what it is. Okay, so what I was saying is be careful before you eat any of this stuff. But my husband and I did eat. This is from our garden, and we have a lot of different kinds in our garden. And also too, some of it smells really nice, like flowers, really really pretty. And we have some like that, but most of them don't really have a fragrance. And okay, so not only are they edible, but I know I have some facts that I have to read to you. But something else I want to tell you about is that we use them in floral design. I used to work as a floral designer, and every flower shop pretty much uses solidago, and we always call it solidago. You will never call it goldenrod in a flower shop. You never call it that. It's always called solidago. Sometimes solid aster, because it's in the aster family, but usually solidago. And it's just really, really awesome. And the way that we normally use it in floral design is we take these little spires. Those are the ones that are the most popular. These little spires, and we break them off. We use them individually, like in arrangements. They don't go in bouquets that way. Like, they'd be too short. But in flower arrangements, they're unbeatable, because they just add this little ray of sunshine. Surprise! It's solidago. And you know, it's funny because people think, oh, it's causing me, you know, allergy. You know, no, this isn't really one of those. Some do, but not the ones a lot of times that you think. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this down, and I'm gonna have a few more facts, and then I have a few fragrances. Yeah, I'm out here. Said I'm out here. I'm really out here. I'm back. Okay, I hope I'm not forgetting anything. It took me forever to get it together today. I mean, it's always like that with me though. So, I'm not exactly sure what I'm. Yeah, all I know is I'm having a really good time, and I noticed something that I want to share with you that's really kind of important to me, is that I um, of the content that I've uploaded, one type of content has had more viewers and more likes and more interest and more compliments than any of the other content really that I've done. And that has been fragrance. And I've come to realize, see, I started out the channel with my friend Mitzi, who is my left hand, who is a little hand puppet. And I sort of thought that Mitzi would be really funny and she would bring people, but that it would also be makeup, because I wanted to get into makeup, back into makeup, and a lot of things that I just haven't really been enjoying for a long time. And so I thought that I would, do the Mitzi thing. And it was really fun and I really enjoy it. But what I've realized is that of the makeup, of all the kinds of videos that I'm doing, I actually really do enjoy fragrance videos a lot, because I feel like, since I used to work in cosmetics and women's and men's fragrances back in the day, in the late 80s up until the late 90s, I worked off and on in those industries. I'd say probably of a total, well, during those 10 years, probably more than 5 years, probably like about 7 years. No, that's not true, because like I spent like 5-6 years only in like the film and TV industry, doing a lot of different stuff in there. So my involvement was deep. I worked for a lot of, in cosmetics and fragrance. I worked for a lot of different companies over like that 10-year period of time, off and on, and it was really fun. But and I learned so much, and I'm genuinely a fan. I'm genuinely interested in cosmetics and fragrance. So for me, it was just like it was like coming back to a world where all these fragrances that people don't even know what they used to smell like, because they've been reformulated and changed. I remember what they smell like, and I really feel like they're my old friends. So I feel the same way about like cosmetics and things like that, and all these other, like chocolate and all these other great products that I'm interested in. But I do think fragrance really is an honest, more of a niche for me than some of these other things. Even my comedy, which is really, comedy is uniquely to the person who creates it, right? But it feels right to me to do more fragrance related videos. It really does. And it does also seem like they please a wider audience. Now, that's not the most important thing to me. The most important thing to me is my artistry and just putting out there what it is that I want to put out there, what I want to say. I think that that's kind of what I think. I gather that's what a lot of YouTubers are out here for. But anyhow, you know what? I'm just going to cut that short right now, because I find too much of the time I go on and on about stuff like that has nothing to do with the video I'm talking about right now. Maybe that'll be an outtake, because I have a lot to talk about and I don't have that much battery space. I was talking about the beautiful Solid Ego, and so some fragrances with Solid Ego are, here it is. Okay. Actually, no, you know what? I have a little bit of facts first. Facts, music. Okay. Do you know what's in the sunflower family? You know what? It doesn't get as much respect as it should. It's in the sunflower family. Let's see. The aster family. It's native of Europe. You can make tea with it. According to WebMD, and many experts, they say goldenrod pollen does not cause hay fever or seasonal allergies. Okay, so that is for, okay, so now it's time for a few Goldenrod or Solidago perfumes. Here we go. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Alright. There's actually only 4 that I found. I was kind of surprised because it's so widely used in apothecary, and there are some of them, like I said, some in my garden that smell really nice, like perfume. Most of them don't really have a smell. They just smell very like summertime or like a daisy, you know, that light pollen-y smell. They do have pollen. It's just that it's not an allergen the way people think it is, apparently. So anyhow, here we go. I'm just going to say these in no particular order because I don't know for sure if there's an order. But here we go. Number 1. Now I'm going to have to spell this and then try to pronounce it. TKLIWI NIHILISCI D'(OR). Tikliwi nihilisi. Tikliwi nihilisi door. From 2021. 2021. Okay. Tikliwi nihilisi door. I think. Okay. And number 2. House of Matriarch Fitnessence. House of Matriarch Fitnessence 2015. By the way, all of these are shared fragrances, otherwise known as unisex. I don't usually say unisex because I was there back in the day when when CK1 launched. I was working behind the counter when CK1 launched at the store that I was at, and you get to go to a school, an information school, whenever these companies come out with new fragrances, usually. And they'll usually give you some of the fragrance, some products, whatever, and you'll learn in depth about it and how they want it to be represented. And at the time, they didn't want people to say unisex anymore. They kind of wanted that. Term. They felt it was like, a 70s. Well, maybe I should. I don't remember exactly why they didn't like it, but they specifically told us to say no. It's now called a shared fragrance. So all these 4 are shared fragrances. Okay, so coming up next, Balint Parfums, After the Rain. Oh, I bet that's nice. BALINT Parfums, Balint Parfums, After the Rain. From 2019. Okay, now I'm not sure. I write a lot of this stuff down, but I put the bottles up, so I feel like, well, I take my notes by hand. I don't print any of this stuff out. So I just sort of feel like sometimes I might make a mistake, and I'm really messy with my writing. Sometimes I can't read my own writing, and I always am aware of it. Why it doesn't get better, I'm not sure. Anyhow, okay. The last one, Suga or TSUGA or TSVGA from Parfums Shirley 2021. It could be Suga, TSVGA or TSUGA. I'll say Suga. It looks like a V, like I wrote a V, but I might have written a U. Tsuga from Parfums Shirley from 2021. All right, my lovely ladies and handsome gents, Thank you for joining me for this little quick video about my dear friend, and yours too, a friend to humanity in a lot of ways, because I mean it's edible, it grows by itself. I know that people consider it an invasive plant, and it can be, but it is one of those things. It's like a miracle food, and also it's used in a lot of stuff. It has a lot of I always feel like I didn't write. I wrote stuff down, and then like, oh yeah, where's all that stuff that I wrote? I don't know. I don't know where all of it is. But I still think that's some. And while I have them in bloom right now in my garden so plentifully, I thought that I would do the video. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. If you like content that has to do with like, I was trying to think how to tell people. I want to say like 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 kind of like a bougie lifestyle, but not like a wealthy bougie lifestyle, because like I've said before, like I just work project to project, and I do a lot of really fun and interesting work, but you have to be available for those kinds of great gigs when they come up. So you can't be doing a regular day job, so you just kind of have to save all your money. But when you have those really good gigs, you feel like, wow, I did something really that's not only important, that I made some money off of, but that it's important to me personally. And that's so important, personal achievement. So I feel lucky to get to participate in that, because for a lot of time in my whole life, I always was attached. Well, that's not true, because it's okay. I'll edit that. So I have to see you next time. If you like this bougie type of, I don't know, fragrances, cosmetics, sometimes my hand puppet named Mitzi, please subscribe, hit the bell, because I'm doing 2 a week I'm doing 2 a week, and I'm trying to move up to 3 a week, but I probably shouldn't say that. I don't want to. We wanted a chair dance too. Can we chair dance? So I hope you enjoyed this short video about one of my dear friends' solid ego plant, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye. Talk to